recording. Hey, Riley.
Hi, Cassidy.
Gotta get the vlog footage.
Gotta get that vlog footage of me winning this game. Oh.
George. What are you doing? Are you eating the plant? No. No. Wonderful. Hey, and you. So we are in the middle of filming our latest Father's Day video. So
right now we're PTA moms.
yes, we obviously are doing a great job. This is exactly what a PTA mom would wear, of course. So just when that's done, my dad will probably post it, and I'll probably put it somewhere. So I'm excited for you guys to see that. See you later. Welcome to another Crash Critique, a segment in which I review things that I have heard, seen, read, and experienced throughout my week. Hey, and you. So, on this week's Crash Critique, we will be going over a few things. Nothing on the heard section of that list, but we do have some things that I have seen, read, and experienced. So let's get started. As for what I have seen this week, I have seen Tomorrowland and Rocky 3. So first we'll talk about Tomorrowland. I went and saw this on Tuesday, and I will say I thoroughly enjoyed it. Someone took me to this movie, and I had no idea what movie I was going to see, so it was a surprise. And it just continued to be a surprise. I had no idea what I was in for. I had not seen the trailer for it yet. I simply had no idea what was going to happen. I did not know if this elderly man and woman were going to fall in love, if they were going to kill each other. Who knows? Now, I don't want to spoil too much, but that movie kept me on my toes without it being an action movie, and I have to respect that. I need movies that keep me engaged the whole entire time. So typically those would be action movies, thriller movies, things of that sort, but this was not really any of those. But I was intrigued the whole time. And for that, and a few other reasons that I don't want to get into because I may spoil the movie, I thought the movie was wonderful. And when you watch this, it might help to put yourself in the shoes of the director and think, wow, I'm really going to get the audience here. And that is how I appreciated that movie. I really appreciated it. The person I was with did not appreciate it nearly as much, but I thought it was wonderful. And now for Rocky 3. So me and my friend Iman, we want to watch all of the Rocky movies together. We saw the first one in our film class in high school, and just from that experience, which was an all-around interesting experience for me especially, we have grown to love the movies. We like to just call each other Adrian. It's a great time. And so since we've watched Rocky 2, and then now we watched Rocky 3. I will say that Rocky 3 is better than Rocky 2. I don't really remember Rocky 2 all that much. At all. Could I have been distracted during the movie? I guess so, but there really wasn't much to distract me. I was just sitting in our bonus room watching the movie. So I don't think that's it. I think I just wasn't as intrigued as I wanted to be throughout that whole entire time. But this one, I was pretty intrigued the entire time. I thought it was just a great plot, and so I recommend that movie, and I also highly recommend Tomorrowland. Now moving on to things I have read throughout the week. So this past Monday, one of the people that I work with at church shared with me the Bible verse that she's memorizing this week, her and her Connect group, and it is 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7, that passage about love. And so, obviously, because that is something that she told me this Monday, and it's something I have been dwelling on throughout the week, so it has stood out to me. I am working on memorizing it, and I think it's just a great verse. Just take it apart and read it, each line, not even each line, each segment, because there's so much in there that can be analyzed and thought through and reflected upon and prayed about. And so I highly recommend that you go read it, because I know it's a very popular couple of verses that often are just like, oh yes, God loves us all, love is great, blah, blah, blah. But if you really take it deeper and read each thing for what it is, I think it can go a lot farther. So I recommend that you go check that verse out, or those verses. Now for things I've experienced, and this is a newer segment. So experienced could range from things like roller coasters to food I've tried. So this week we're going to be talking about food. And so on Tuesday I also went to 2 food places that I have never been to before. Duck Donuts and Sonic. And I have to say, I was pretty impressed with both. And I'm saying pretty impressed because there's like an average between the two. Duck Donuts was so good. It was amazing. And Sonic was like pretty good. So, here are the reasons why. Duck Donuts. That donut is so good. I'm pretty sure they use the same donut and just add the different toppings for the different flavors. But that donut is amazing. It is fluffy, but also moist. And it's just so good. It tastes good. I got a cinnamon one, cinnamon sugar, and that is amazing. Did I make a mess? Of course. But it was a delicious one. Now for Sonic. I know they have like slushies and things like that, but I just went for the basic hot dog because I'm not a huge burger person and I'm not a huge chicken person. And I have to say I was impressed with the hot dog. Now it has been years since I've had a hot dog with a bun, simply because I don't see the point in the bun. It doesn't make sense to me. But that bun was pretty good. The hot dog was pretty good. And I think we got the one with chili on it, so pretty good. It was a good hot dog. But the thing is, I don't know if it was worth the price. Do I want to pay that much for a hot dog? I'm not saying it's expensive, but hot dogs are just so easy to make at home. Now, if it's a hamburger, that takes a little bit more time and effort, and so I can see why you want to go to fast food and get a hamburger. But for a hot dog, it doesn't necessarily add up to me. Now, that is the only thing I've tried at Sonic, so maybe they have a bunch of better things that make it worth it. So that is all for this week's Crash Critique. I hope you enjoyed. I will talk to you next week.